Team.
Listening to the fox and the howl of the dog, or in summer to wander through the wild valleys and to pluck the wild flowers in the May morning dew. Oh, summer is coming, oh, summer is here. With the leaves are so green and the sky's blue and clear, and the birds they are singing their loved ones too, and the flowers they are springing in the May morning dew. Oh, God be with the old folk there now dead and gone. Likewise my two brothers, young Dennis and John. We would trip through the heather, the wild hill to pursue, and our joys they are mingled in the May morning dew. For the house that I was wedding, there's not a stone on a stone, and all around the garden wild thistles have grown, and I the kind neighbours that I once ever knew, like the wild rose they are fading in the May morning dew.
Good, Paddy. Attend you sons of Neptune that roam the angry seas, and all you jolly sailors bold who are moored from danger free. I ask your kind attention to this sad and doleful tune of the melancholy accident of the Wexford bark Hantoon. The elevating joys of home did o'er our senses steal. John Cullen with his steady hand did safely steer the wheel. Delightfully we viewed our track, crowned by the billows foam, as by her gentle breezes our ship was wafted home. It was on the ensuing morning, before the dawn appeared, 5.5 knots sailing, east-northeast we steered. The wind was in our favour, our happiness the crown, when this cursed British monster on us came bearing down. The signal for all hands on deck immediately did sound, and from his peaceful slumber bold Captain Nail did bound. He tried his whole endeavour for to save the ship and crew, but this cursed heartless tyrant had split our bark in two. Then the mast came crashing down, likewise each spar and sail, and from the opening gulf beneath there came a dismal wail. We tried his whole endeavour for to save our ship and crew, But this cursed, heartless tyrant has split our bark in two. 11 was our good ship's crew, but only 7 were found. The other 3 with Captain Nail were killed as well as drowned by the rock-bound coast of Portugal. Their lifeless bodies roll. May he whose hand the waves obey have mercy on their soul. Now to conclude and finish, too far my lines have run. To the captain and his gallant crew, may justice soon be done, and may the perpetrator's lot be on the gallows tree, who tried to send the whole ship's crew into eternity.
I was at school. It was the month of May, the day the tinker came, with his wild, wide eyes like a frightened hare, and his head with its thatch of flame. We liked the look of his long brown legs, the patches on his clothes, the grimy strength of his unwashed hands, and the freckles about his nose. The master polished his rimless specs, and he looked at him hard and long, and then he sat him on a shaky desk and called on him for a song. The tinker boy looked at her laughing eyes, and then with a voice like a frightened bird, he followed the master's bidding, and these were his singing words. Me father was jailed for sheep stealing, me mother is black as a witch, me sister off ran with the Sheridan clan, and me brother's dead drunk in a ditch. Oh, Trally jail will kill the devil, but Trally jail won't kill my dad. I'll mend you a kettle for 1 and 4pence and bring home porter to me ma. The schoolhouse shook. Something is words.
Come to me in a minute.
That's it. That happens. Anyway, then the master made me share my desk with the red-haired tinker's son. And there he sat, with his wild eyes still afraid. I know I'd have to look at him.
I was walking down the road, I spied a handsome neat abode, a half door swinging open wide, all welcome to come in there. God save all here, I kindly said, a sweet colleen popped out her head. God save you kindly, sir, she said, come in and close the half door. She'd a basket placed upon her knee, she was mixing praties I could see, and feeding there right cheerfully the chickens on the hearth floor. She looked at me with a roving smile, and said, now Pat, come rest a while, for since you left old Aaron's Isle, we never closed the half door. She said, play up the Shandon reel, and I will make you happy feel. She then turned right upon her heel and lifted off the half door. I played that reel in graceful style, and every step she winked and smiled, until she had my heart beguiled while dancing on the half door. She then said, Pat, you'll have to stay until you get to the Rain of Tay, and then you can be on your way while I hang up the half door. She didn't have to ask me twice, for her corn cake and tea were nice. Before I left, I kissed her twice, while leaning o'er the hard door.
To I gCarraig, no vakatu fe Mogar, no vakatu gilla fin agus gel no vakatu unto Bakura is Babil Shabla, no vakatu mo banti, no one will she akli martan. Oh, the vies me gCarraig, August connick me fendogra, August connick me gilla fin, August gel namana, August connick me unto Bakura is Babil Shabla. Oh, the connick me do Valentine, August new she a clean martan.
My heartstrings makes me music if I will think of you. And if you call me darling, I would wear a feather shoe. I would swim the Shelmalier Slaney and the Shannon any day, just to walk with you, lovely lady, and to take you round Loughrea. If I don't for Duncormick or the markets of Athlone, or the walls and all the money that belongs to Limerick town, I would part unto your people, oh, if you let me presume, just to walk with you, lovely lady, and to be your squire in June. Some people say it's easy and blame the Western now, but who was ever able for to harrow with a plough? Not rare was I for labour or to watch the seasons play, but gambling, sport and the dancing lost me my own Loughrea. Last night abroad in London I spent my only crown. I toasted my own one, and after Christ was down, I walked a lamb still morning, and I held your heart away. I wish I was the red fox you hunted round Loughrea. Now Lent may last till Easter, and after summer comes, and feasting or fasting, while the slow bush buds in bloom. The Queen of Hearts is lonely, but the joker still to play. I will lead and I'll take her from you, oh strong men of Loughrea.
The old sound in old Ireland that would live in memory, from the lofty Kerry mountains to the hills of Glennswilly. But in dear old County Wexford, it's a paradise God knows, in that lovely rolling valley where the Slaney River flows. Many miles away I wander from this little isle of green, but in all my fruitless wandering, no contentment have I seen. For 'twas in that little moss house on the wooded moss house hill, far away in old Bunclody, a fair maiden said I will, and that maiden fair still loved me, and she's waiting patiently for the fortunes I'll be making far across the Irish Sea. And please God, someday I'll wed her, and she'll be my blushing bride, far away in old Bunclody, by the Slaney River side. And we cross that bridge each Sunday to the chapel on the hill, with the garson there beside us, our sweet cup of life to fill. And in peace we'll kneel together, there we'll pray for friend and foe, far away in old Bunclody, where the Slaney River flows.
And hear my story true, being the road, the troth of love, that I'm in love with you. Garbe the glory, rolling a store, my theme by night and day. Only no sing again, Garfir but that's what people say. Thou thine shore is o'er the nowhere, and acres broad and free. Thou thine coil is clothed and small, and ships upon the sea. Darlium noise, arum Nicharee, you smile to light my way. Gachir la Lord Slaney, Lord Slaney, that you my bride will be. Arun Maclean, Achid from Hail, my hope and light always. Oh, clear the love, in love the grow, and say what people say.
It's the mating season of the month, so I do darling.
Speak for yourself.
Kerrywoman advising her daughter about marriage. You're fair of face, dear Kate, and now nearing 21. I hesitate to spoil your dreams now that your young life has just begun. But your father, he is old agra, and I am far from strong. A dowry from John Hogan's son would help us all along. Just think of it, dear darling Kate, you'd own a motor car. You'd wear fine linen next to your skin, and you'd travel near and far. Hogan's lands stretch far and wide, from Rathee to Drummahead. He owns sheep and cows and fine fat sows, pyjamas for the bed. I know he's long and skinny, Kate, and his looks are not the best, but your beggars can't be choosers, love, when you're feathering your nest. He's been to college in the town. His shirts are always new. What does it matter if he's old? Sure, he's just the man for you. I know you love young Paddy Joe, him with the rakish eye. I see the way you glance at him whenever he goes by. I do admit he's handsome, Kate, but he doesn't own a car. And he likes to fight and drink all night above in Sheehan's bar. Did I ever tell you, Kate O'Graw, that I was pretty too? The summer days were longer then, and the skies were always blue. I was just gone 19. And your father 53. But he owned the land on which we stand, and he seemed just a man for me. There was a young man lived next door I loved with all my might. 'Twas his face haunted me when your father held me tight. I longed, dear Kate, down through the years for the soft touch of his hand. But young love is no substitute for 10 acres of fine land. You'll wear a long white dress, a red rose in your hair. I'll throw confetti, Kate, and sure the whole town will be there. You'll make your promise true, to honour and obey. And I'll stand by your right hand and sell my love away. Tears are not for daytime, Kate, but only for the night. Sure, you'll have a daughter of your own and teach her wrong from right. Rear her strong and healthy. Pray guidance from above. And then some fine day when she's 19, she might marry, just for love.
Yeah, I do, yeah. What is it?
On an autumn day, I met her first news that her dark hair could weave a snare that I might one day rue. I saw the dangers, yes, I walked along enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of day. On Grafton Street in November we tripped lightly along the lane. of the deep ravine where can be seen the words of passion's play. The Queen of Hearts still making hearts, and I not making hay. Oh, I loved March, and by search, his happiness thrown away. Well, I gave her gifts of the mind, I gave her secrets that I had known. To the artists who have known through gods of sound and stone, on words and hints I did not stint, for I gave her poems to say. With her own maiden there of long dark hair, like clouds over fields on a quiet street where all goes meet, I can see her walking now. Away from me most hurriedly, my reason must allow that I had wooed not as I should, a creature made of clay. When the angel looked at the clay, he took his will at the dawn of day.
Lots of terrible tyrants in the bygone days of yore. We had Hitler, Mussolini, sure we had them by the score. There's one of them, he's living still, he put them all to shame. And he lives in dear old Belfast town, in Paisley is his name. Oh, an Archbishop Ramsay went to see the Pope in far off Rome. Foul Paisley, he followed him to send him straight back home. He wrote no Pope across his chest, he said he'd show them how. But policemen sent him on his way, say you're not in Belfast now. Good
father wore. And when they came to Cormac Square, they sang their song no more. They marched along, hearts filled with song, their placards held up high. But I'm goddamn sure they changed their tune when the stones began to fly. So come on, you decent Irishmen, I tell you what we'll do. I'll give to you some sound advice, be a papist, a Protestant or Jew. There's but one thing that will bring peace to Erin's lovely shore. It's to hang the bastards by the neck with the sash his father wore. Young love said to me, my mother was mine, and my father won't slight you for your lack of kind. Then she stepped away from me, and this she did say, oh, it will not be long, love, until our wedding day. She stepped away from me, and she moved through the fair. And fondly I watched her move here and go there, and then she turned homeward with one star away, as the swan in the evening moved over the lake. Last night she came to me, and she came softly in. So softly she came that her feet made no din, and she lay down beside me, and this she did say, oh, it will not be long, love, until our wedding day. No, it will not be long, love, until our wedding day. Hardly, oh, malam hena barish, ma bisheri ma Curran, oh, Rinisheg ma malam ma for malos na tointe, Hayestown me shahadiv shaparta trena, oh yoji ma kadana, and I falling gaskola, is the Laura's na plokashina realta, ni bread with Merale, Leshavare Gavishika, is Kadichin, wash the ice and the green.
his shoulder, is thy cream along the hair washing. Near other go young born if we rock malaga shoulder, nor the dish to long, hoy guest in morning. Nor a crow fleet Yorkshire, like you let on fortune, oh, beautiful nor but sport to love, moisture. Shador chilum la morta solum, Mishachas coachin, ni honan blom, the hoiges, na boichin. We America days, speak the world, Shakadim Shantai Kua, she and bodish dash a mola Donyana, Passoing a certain sloita, Yoshi Harna Kunta, is half over shot, Jesus Kari Oling. Tabagnan yerla luteki, oh, shoulder gusness luta, is the craziest far the who can toiler. She dort Martin Grana Lumsa, not Rasim, Megas na Corsi, ah, Hidla, Yapu Conchi.
Oh, did you ever eat cod cannon made from lovely pig and cream, with the flour and scallions blending like a picture in a dream? Did you ever make a hole on top with a hole in the melting flake of the creamy flavor butter that your mother used to make? Yes, you did, so did, so did he, so did I. And the more I think about the children, the nearer I am to cry. Oh, wasn't it the happy time when troubles we had not, and our mothers made cod cannon in that little skillet pot? Or did you ever bring potato cake in a basket to the school, tucked underneath your arm with your book, your slate and rule? And when the teacher wasn't looking, sure a great big bite you take of the creamy flavoured butter, soft and sweet potato cake. Yes, you did, so did, so did he, so did I. And the more I think about the children, the nearer I am to cry. Oh, wasn't it the happy time when troubles we had not, and our mother made cod cannon in the little skillet pot? Oh, did you ever go a-courting as the evening sun went down, and the moon became a-peeping from behind the hill or down? As you wandered down the old boreen where the leprechaun was seen, and you whispering loving phases to your little fair Colleen. Yes, you did, so did he, so did I. And the more I think about the children, the nearer I am to cry. Oh, wasn't it the happy time when couples we had met, and our mothers made cod cannon in the little skillet pot? Yes, you did, so did he, so did I. And the more I think about the children, the nearer I am to cry. Oh, wasn't it the happy time when troubles we had not, and our mothers made cod cannon in that little skillet pot?
In a small hotel in London, I was sitting down to dine when the waiter brought the register and asked me if I'd sign. And as I signed, I saw a name that set me heart to start. For a certain Francis Farrelly had signed the register. Now I knew a lot of Farrellys, and out of all that crew I kept on sort of wondering which Farrelly were you. So when I'd finished dinner, I sat back in my chair, going round my native land to find which Faraday you were. Were the keen-eyed Kerrywoman I met below Kenmare, who swore whenever Ireland fought, the odds were never fair? But if Cromwell had met Sarsfield or met Eoin O'Neill, there's not the Mr. Gladstone we'd be looking for appeal, yet we'd have Ireland for the Irish. Not a Saxon to be seen and only Gaelic, spoken in that house in College Green, told me landlords were the devil, and their agents 10 times worse, and every sort of government for Ireland was a curse. Well, if you were that Francis Farrelly, your dreams have not come true, still sláinte Franchine, for I like a man like you. Or were you the Francis Farrelly that often used to say he'd like to blow them papishes from Derry Walls away, the Lord he used to bother me, the Orange Lodge to join, and you swore the history started with the Battle of the Boyne. Och, I was not all with you, Francis, though the Pope is not my friend, but still, poor man, I hope he'll die without that bloody end. And when you're quit for care yourself and you get to kingdom come, och, it's no use teaching you the harp, because you'll play the orange drum. Och, man, you were a fighter of that, I had no doubt, for I seen you in Belfast one night on the Antrim Road was out, and many a time that evening I thought that you were dead. The way them papish paving stones kept hopping off your head. Well, if you're the Francis Farrelly that came from North Tyrone, here's looking to you, Francis, but do leave the Pope alone. Or are you the Francis Farrelly that in me college days for strolling down the Kingstown pier, there was such a curious place. Do you mind them lovely sisters, the blonde and the brunette? I know I've not forgotten, and I don't think you'll forget the picnic at the dark. I and the other the scalp, me heart was palpitating, hers wasn't, not a part. Someone said you married money, and sure maybe you were wise, but the gold you loved was in her hair, aye, and the diamonds in her eyes. I like to think you married her and that you're with her yet. It was some militia officer that married the brunette, but the blonde one always loved you, and I know you loved her too. So me blessings on you, Francis, and the blue sky over you. Or were you the Francis Farrelly that I met so long ago in the bog below Ballymullet in the county of Mayo? That long-legged, freckled Franchine with the deep-set, wistful eyes that used to take their colour from the ever-changing sky. That put his flute together as I sketched the distant scene, and you played me Blanche-Lee Kelly, aye, in the wakes of Inishkeen. That told me in the autumn you'd be sailing to the west, that try and make your fortune and send money to the rest. And would I paint the picture of the place where you were born, that you take it up and look at it and not feel so forlorn. Aye, and when I had it finished, you got up from where you sat and you said, well, you're the devil, and I can't say more nor that. Well, if you were that Francis Farrelly, your fortune may be small, still I'm thinking, Franchine, that I loved you best of all. And I never can forget you, though it's years and years ago, in the bog below Ballymullet, in the county of Mayo.
Wexford, you call to me, I hear you night and day. Wexford, you're part to me, although I'm far away. Oh, we left our native home sweet in the year of 32. When the hard times were upon us, there was little work to do. We bade farewell to youth and home, and sailed across the sea to the land of opportunity, hope and liberty. Wexford, you call to me, I hear you night and day. Wexford, you're part of me, although I'm far away. Oh, who will tell the story of those who had to go? How do you chart their misery, the heartbreak and the woe? Those of us who made it through, we wish to lay no blame. Those who were lost along the way, Ireland, they're your shame. Wexford, you call to me, I hear you night and day. Wexford, you're part of me, although I'm far away. Oh, Furlong, you're a farmer who loves to
till the land. To reap and sow, to till and mow are things you understand. You work here on the underground and hardly see the sky. No wonder there were sad times when you were born to cry. Wexford, you call to me, I hear you night and day. Wexford, you are part of me, although I'm far away.
And who was... Oh, yes, sorry. Who'll plough the fields now, and who'll sow the corn, and who'll wash the sheep now, and keep them neatly shorn. The stack to send the haggard unthrashed merry men, since Johnny went a thrashing all in the wars in Spain. And the girls from the Bon Oak in sorrow will retire, and the piper and his bellows go home and blow his fire. For Johnny, lovely Johnny, he's sailing all the men, along with other patriots, to fight the King of Spain. And the boys will sorely miss him when Moneymore comes round, at the thoughts of their brave captain, who's nowhere to be found. And the peals will stand idle. Sorry, you're wrong.
Pick her up.
That's like so late, it's 5 rather than 4.
Oh, I know what it is.
And the boys will sorely miss him when Moneymore comes round, at the thoughts of their brave captain, who's nowhere to be found. And the peal... No, sorry, that's not... What do you feel?
You may sing your fine songs and the stories tell of places and the scenes that you all know well. But I'll tell you now of this here I do know. It is called Kerrywoman, where wildflowers grow. It is often I have walked it and looked all around at places where history is still to be found. I look towards the west and I see Ferns town, where the old church and abbey, their rooms are near down. I look in amazement at MacMor's men, with his castle still standing where his blood once did stain. where Oliver Cromwell his forces did band, for he murdered and plundered and ravaged our land. I can see Ballad and the Shelmalier, where Father John Murphy with his life held dear. As I looked down on the Harrow, where brave men did abide, it was there that the yeomen in 98 died. And now as I sit here on this hill for to rest, I can hear the small birds singing in the trees of the nest. Such peace and contentment is now to be found. Those men who achieved it in heaven be crowned.
There's a relic in our family. It's been handed down for years. A relic now fast going to decay. But it's treasured all the more. This old cobbing that was worn by my ancestors with age, it's turning grey. Oh, could a tale relate of the deeds of 98, of the troubles and the hardships that I've seen, of the gatherings and the fights, in the hills and bitter nights, and you only got a town, my old cobbing. But you're tattered, old and torn, many years that you've been worn, though faded now, far better days you've seen. You're the family relic too, at times of change since you were new, but I'll always treasure you, my old cobbing. You've seen many an Irishman locked up in a prison van, and others hung high on the gallows tree. Brave patriots now dead, whose Irish blood was shed to make this country far more grand and free. You've seen the troubles and the fights for to gain old Ireland's right, the evictions and the land grab from the weak. In those cruel days of late, when our sons did emigrate, you could tell it all if you could only speak. But you're tattered, old and torn, many years that you've been worn, though faded now, far better days you've seen. Your family relic too, the times have changed since you were new, but I always treasure you, my old cobbing.
Ma tried to wash her garden slacks and couldn't get them clean. So she thought she'd try a bucket of benzene. Well, it worked all right. She wrung them dry, and then she wondered what she'd use with that bucket load of high explosive residue. She knew she daren't scatter it around because Grandpa liked to throw his lighted matches on the ground. She daren't throw down the kitchen sink. But what the heck was to do with it? Poor Ma just couldn't think. Then nature seemed to give the clue as down the garden lot she spied the edifice that graced the solitary spot. The palace of convenience, the family joy and pride, entwined with morning glory ivy with graded seats inside. Just like the cabin Goldilocks found occupied by three. But in this case, B-E-A-R was spelled B-A-R-E. A tiny seat for baby B-A-R-E, a medium for Ma, and a special section sacred to the bear of Grandpapa. Now Ma was mighty glad to get that worry off her mind, so hefting up the bucket so combustively inclined, she galloped down the garden path to that building so discreet, and she dumped the liquid menace safely through the centre seat. Next morning, Grandpa rose and ate a hearty meal, and sniffed the air and says, how full of beans I feel. Darn to be ain't as fresh as paint. Me joy will be complete with a quiet session on me usual morning seat to smoke me pipe and meditate and maybe write a poem. For that's the time when bits of rhyme comes jiggling in me door. He sat down on the special seat, slicked, shiny by his age, looking like Walt Whitman, a silver-bearded sage. He filled his corn cob to the brim and he tapped it gently down and chuckled. Of a perfect day, this is the crown. He lit the weed. It satisfied his need. Ah, 'twas nice and sweet. And then he dropped the lighted match right into the middle. His little grandchild Rosie Lean cried out from the garden door. Oh, Ma, come quick, I heard a dreadful roar. Oh, Ma, I see a sheet of flame, it's rising high and higher. Oh, Ma, I sadly fear our comfort cots caught fire. Well, just as them twain expressed their pain, they heard a hearty cheer. Behold our rapscallion sitting in the duck pond near. His silver beard all singed away, a gosh almighty wreck, with a half-a-yarded toilet seat wrapped round him about his neck. He said, "Say, folks, did you hear the big blowout I made? It sure scared me stiff. I hope you ones was not too much afraid. But no, I must be crawling out of this dog-gasted wet, for what I am to figure out is what the heck I am."
I do the back end.
You do the music. The challenge of an ancient game brought glory, glory to your name. When March winds blew, the crowd still came to watch you, gentle hero. On life's long march you made us proud, and many is the voice from out the crowd called out your name aloud, aloud, an echo still resounding, and black stairs men who saw you then still speak of you in awe. On Carmen's Green where you had been, they tell of what they saw. We watched you on September fields, and lightning was the drive. You were the one Cuchulainn son in 1955. The hand that held the stick of ash, and the man who led with fire and dash. Oh, Carrick Tool once felt the crash, and Bennett's Bridge and Pearls, and then in later life you'd meet the devil on that lonely street. You showed us how to take defeat with dignity and courage, and Blackstairs men who saw you then still speak of you all. On Carmen's Green where you had been, they tell of what they saw. We watched you on September fields, and lightning was the drive. You were the one Cuchulainn son in 1955. The last parade was sad and slow, and the last oration spoken low. And as on green fields long ago, the diamond stood beside you. All friends, they flank you side by side, and the tears they shed were tears of pride. An ash tree toppled when you died, and scattered seeds at random, and Blackstairs men who saw you then still speak of you in awe. On Carmen's Green where you had been, they tell of what they saw. We watched you on September fields, and lightning was the drive. You were the one Cuchulainn son in 1955.
Tomorrow or the next day, I think it won't be bad. And will we get married no sooner, me dear and darling lad? Do you want to be married this minute? Oh woman, I think you're mad. Where will we have the wedding, me dear and darling lad? It's in the top Duncormick, I think you won't be bad. And will we have no better, me dear and darling lad? Do you want it to cost you a fortune? Oh woman, I think you're mad. And where will we have the breakfast, me dear and darling lad? Scalded potatoes and buttermilk, I think it won't be bad. And will we have no better, me dear and darling lad? Do you want to be poisoned with sugar? Oh, woman, I think you're mad. And where will we spend the honeymoon, me dear and darling lad? An evening down in Curranstown, I think it won't be bad. And will we have no better, me dear? And will we stay no longer, me dear and darling lad? Do you want to be out in the dark at night? Oh, woman, I think you're mad. And where will we stay on our wedding night, me dear and darling lad? A bundle of straw in the corner, I think it won't be bad. And will we have no better, me dear and darling lad? Do you want to be smothered in feathers? Oh, woman, I think you're mad.
Yeah.
How many children will we have, me dear and darling lad? 5 or 6, maybe 7, I think it won't be bad. And will we have no more than that, me dear and darling lad? Do you want a whole house full around you? Oh, woman, you must be.
The autumn days are here again, and the night winds chilly blow. The woodlands turn to golden hue, and the harvest moons glow. To hear again of days long past to come no more, I know. When I mowed Pat Murphy's meadow in the sunny long ago. To see again the ocean and the distant sails afar, as the maidens in the meadows strike up Dartmouth Mogar. There was music sweet and tender in the winds that whispered low. When I mowed Pat Murphy's meadow in the sunny long ago. Where are those happy boys and girls who danced the gay quadrille? Or the singer who warbles sweetly the burning granite mill? To hear again at sunset where sweet Afton waters flow, as I mowed Pat Murphy's meadow in the sunny long ago. Those days are buds of memory, like the snows of yesteryear. And when evening shades are fallen all alone, I'll shed a tear. On my cheeks I'll feel the soft touch of the winds that whispered low, as I mowed Pat Murphy's meadow in the sunny long
Oh, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard run to next payday, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the fight is done and the wind don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the skipper was hard, but the mate was worse. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. He'd blow you down with a kick and a curse, and and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the wind don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. So I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's a long, hard run to next payday, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the voyage is done and the wind don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, diary and Curran she's a bonus of Mogar. And tea in is the bishop pain. On the Coolatore is Considine the walk me. Yacht Monday, the veil of Wallace the for rig me out to the sword. The cruel bayek, the ledon on Ballad is haram Loughrea on the Slaney to Drinagh. There on Loughrea, our Cleaton and Curran. Curran be paid, no the young shame of Paisley Loughrea. Aki the year, Muller nor Yakan where to our is paid, oh year, Gilly Carlon. Considine she eglis Furlong. Did her maid on the her riser the crown. Shadow she osation in redress and the song. No way to head the ship of free.
One evening in Wexford, when a great group of people I spied, they were listening to music and singing, and I stopped for a while by their side, and I heard the most beautiful lilting, so tuneful, uplifting and true, and I stopped and I said with a shake of me head, you don't know that man, do you? Do you mean you don't know Leo Carty? Are you deaf? Can you read? Are you blind? From the streets of Baghdad to the cross of the Shad, that fellow from Broadway you'll find on the green sod, or at the Eisteddfod Fod in Brussels, or even Bahrain, or in Torremolinos and knocking back Vinos with his friend, the King of Spain. I was over in London quite lately, and I went to the great Albert Hall. All the mummers from Curran were appearing, their leader enraptured us all. Princess Diane then turned to her escort. To meet him good money I'd pay, and I'd give up my lands if they'll let me shake hands with a councillor from Broadway. Do you mean you don't know Leo Carty? Are you deaf? Can you read? Are you blind? From the streets of Baghdad to the cross of the Shad, that fellow from Broadway you'll find on the green sod, or at the Eisteddfod Fod in Brussels, or even Bahrain, or in Torremolinos, and knocking back Vinos with his friend, the King of Spain. He's well known for camogie and handball. He's organised thrashings galore.
For orations and good recitations, steam rallies and songs be the score. And when captains and kings are forgotten, they'll remember for many a day, in cities and towns, the man from Airedowns, the councillor from Broadway. Do you mean you don't know the old party? Are you deaf? Can you read? Are you blind? From the streets of Baghdad to the cross of the Shad, that fellow from Broadway you'll find on the green sod or at the Eisteddfod, in Brussels or even Bahrain, or in Torremolinos and knocking back vinos with his friend the King of Spain.
Be sure you really think you want to learn Irish. Be sure you learn the right kind, not like me. As I always watch the program on those conscious, and I learned all the ads on RT. Oh, all in beams is beautiful, and Jasmine that is grand, and legs they look East Cheshire, when starts in their brand, oh their brand, oh the dairy there is brand. And when our program's over, they say, come, here comes on the land. In Keachtahane I learned nouns and verbs in Keachtado. In Keachtathree I learned to add in the oxo. The oxo, always use oxo. And if there's none in the press, be sure you use the stove.
Oh, sure, he's got a big dog on them bridges, and he wants me to make her big wife. Oh, she stands 6'4" in her stockings, and her waist sure of mine would make 3. And whenever I'm standing beside her, sure me elbow just reach to her knee. Alice, Patsy McCann, will you marry me daughter? Oh, Patsy McCann, she's the girl to wed. 10 golden sovereigns down I will give you, 3 stool and a feather bed. St. Peter, St. Paul, and St. Patrick, and all the pictures that hang on the wall, and we'll sew them all into the bargain, if you marry me, daughter, at all. I'm now married to Bridget Hogan, and she's mine now for better or worse. Instead of a blessing she brought me, it appears to be more like a curse. Oh, she kicks me and she boxes me and she bites me and she ties me, she's I'll run away. And my 6'4" beauty is a caution, and her old one was worth for to say. I see me can, me daughter, oh, I see me can, she's the girl to wed. 10 golden sovereigns down I will give you, 3 like a stool and a feather bed. St. Peter, St. Paul, and St. Patrick, and all the pictures that hang on the wall, and we'll sew them all into the bargain, if you marry me, daughter, at all.
Paddy.